Absolute stunner. One of UK's best lookers. Just a Toyota in a posh suit. When it comes to luxurious saloons and coupes, there are certain brands that stand out as being more daring, unique and, well, not German. And these include the likes of Jaguar and of course Lexus, the luxury arm of Toyota. And today we've got the Lexus RC 300h Coupe. And buying a car from Lexus is a bit like going out and buying an album by The Verve instead of Oasis, or Soundgarden instead of Pearl Jam. It's just that bit different to what people might expect, and that's where the appeal lies. And with that said, I'm sure that we can agree this is unlike anything you've seen on sale now. I mean, just look at it. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. But it does cost £37,000, and it is up against the BMW 4 Series Coupe and the Audi A5 Coupe. But is it just a Toyota in a posh suit? So, as this is a large Lexus Coupe, we're going to start by talking about comfort and performance first. And guess what? Yep, that was a foot brake, because this is the 300h hybrid model. It's not the 2-litre petrol or the 5-litre V8 available, and that means it makes use of a petrol-electric powertrain. It also means that when you start it up, you don't get the ignition screech or a growl of a diesel engine. You just put it into drive and roll off nice and quietly in EV mode, and that calm character actually sets the tone for the rest of the drive really, as the RC Hybrid is great at delivering that fatigue squashing luxury. I mean, it's easy to manoeuvre, it's extremely comfortable, and you've got a spot on driving position as well that offers that coupe flair but without having you feel like you're sat on the floor. As for refinement, that's amazing as well. I mean, it's actually quite enjoyable being able to drive through a busy city centre or an urban area and just not have to deal with the loud hustle and bustle of it. Now, the 300h's rear-wheel drive hybrid powertrain makes use of a 2.5-litre 4-cylinder petrol mated to an electric motor, and together this produces 220 brake horsepower, and this also makes use of a CVT automatic gearbox. Now, usually efficiency-based CVTs are a bit rubbish, but I actually really like this one. I mean, it just does what it's supposed to do with little fuss, and it actually helps you achieve CO2 as low as 113 grams per kilometre, and it helps you achieve an average of around 40 to 50 miles per gallon in rear-wheel driving as well. Now, where the 300h doesn't really shine is outright fun. I mean, 220 brake horsepower on tap should be fun, but even with the heightened responsiveness of sport mode, it's just a bit average, taking 8.5 seconds to get to 62 miles per hour. It's not as excitable as something like the BMW 4 Series either, partially due to the sheer weight of the hybrid powertrain. I mean, it'd much rather just keep itself to itself and cruise along rather than be chucked about the place. So, it feels like a high-end luxury car to drive, but what about the interior? Well, I don't know if this is just me, but I just don't think it feels special enough. I mean, sure, yeah, a lot of the materials are nice and top-notch and soft touch and everything feels well screwed together, but I don't know, I just think from here downwards it looks a little bland. And moan all you want about German cars all looking the same inside, but I do think they are a bit smarter. But again, maybe this is just me. Give Lexus its due though, the 300h is kitted to high heaven. You get these selectable driving modes as standard, as well as this information heavy instrument cluster here. You get electrically adjustable leather seats, LED ambient lighting, and this 7-inch infotainment screen, which comes with loads of tech like sat-nav and DAB radio. This touchpad though does take a bit of getting used to. It's got a bit of a strange clicking sensation when you use it, although you can disable that. Practicality wise though, okay, you've got 2 cup holders here and a bit of a cubby in the middle. It's a bit, well, it's a bit useless. These door bins and glove box aren't very good at all, and unfortunately practicality doesn't get any better in the back. So, no rear doors means you'll have to climb in. You'll actually see these electrically adjustable seats moving themselves, which is quite good. But once you're back here, well, there's not much headroom at all, and unfortunately legroom is only marginally better. And you also get this weird plasticky storage tray thingy. The boot is a little better though, with up to 340 litres of storage space, slightly less than the non-hybrid RC, but access is limited all around, especially when it comes to loading large objects in, and the Audi A5 Coupe is slightly more practical. But is the RC 300h just a fancy Toyota? Well, I think that's a bit unfair, but I can see why someone would rather go for the safe German car option, whether that's because of the RC's slightly retro interior, its lack of practicality, or lack of a diesel engine. But the important word here is different, and that's exactly what the RC 300h is. Plus it's a hybrid, and there aren't many coupes as smart or as upmarket as this, and I've got that on the CV. So would you go for a Lexus, or would you just go for a German car instead? Let us know in the comments section below, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't know why I walked off.